All right. This is Math 2414, Calculus 2. Some of y'all, but let me tell you how, well, we'll take the course. My name is Professor Migala. My bachelor's and master's in mathematics, computer engineering. My doctorate is in education technology. Calculus 2 is simply a continuation of Calculus 1. Calculus 1, you did what? What did we do? What was the focus of Calculus 1? Pretty much, yeah, we're looking at the slope. We started off talking about the slope. That's what led to the first derivative. And then we had to go backwards. From the first derivative, that's what we had to go backwards. That's what we did integrals. That's pretty much the whole thing. Derivatives find the slope of a curve at a given point. Integrals find areas under a curve at a range, the limits. Calculus 2 picks up from there. Calculus 2 picks up from Calculus 1, which was in 2 dimensions, x and y only. Now we're going to take it over rotational surfaces. So now we're going to get volumes as well of spheres or any shaped object. That's what we're going to do there. So we're going to learn a whole bunch of new series, formulas, and concepts there that are going to be. We're going to start off in 2 dimensions, then we'll go to 3 dimensions, and we're going to apply both derivatives and integrals for both of those. All right, so now I'll show you what you want to cover in a minute. The structure of the course. My way of teaching is different than almost everybody else. I live stream all my courses. What does that mean? I videotape everything I'm doing with my camera, this little white thing here. And so that the reason I do that is if anything happens, if life happens and you can't make it to class, say you're sick or anything like that, then you'll be able to watch it online. You can participate virtually at home or wherever you are if you're at work. Or if that doesn't work out for you, I record everything. And what I will do is my video record and my notes. I'll give you a PDF. I'll send you both of those as well. I'll send you a video of the lecture and the PDF of those lectures as well. All right, so that way, you don't have to waste your time trying to write down everything I'm saying and doing. Because everything I'm saying I'm doing is important. I'm going to put it here. And then you also have the video for it. So the only thing really you should be writing are little notes of stuff that you think are important and the examples we do in class, just as practice. So I'll make that a little bit easier for you there. Our assignments, everything's online on MyLab Math. Your homeworks, your tests, any quizzes we may have, and your final exam. The assignments, you have an infinite number of assignments of tries on your homework. You keep the best score. All right, so and you have no time limit pretty much there. So you keep on doing it over and over till you feel comfortable with it. On each exam, you have 3 tries. And I keep the best score. If you think you can do better, send me a message and I'll increase it to 6. Because I don't want you guys to cheat, to get pressured to think I have 1 shot, I better make this count. No, do your best. If it doesn't work out for you the best of there, take it again. Study and take it again. If you need it 9 times, I'll give you 9 tries. The final exam is the same thing. But I can't give you 9 tries because we have to put it into the class eventually. The end of the final exam, I give you 3 tries. Of course, I'm keeping the best score of all the tries. To make things even better for you, I will give you practice tests, practice final. For the practice tests of each chapter, we're going to have 10% of whatever you make on that practice test, that'll be your bonus points. So if you make an 80 on your practice test, 10% is 8. You'll get 8 points added to your test score. If on your practice test, pretty much, if you made an 80, that's 8. Just move the decimal place over, that's 10%. If you make an 82, what's your bonus points? I don't want to deal with decimals, so I'll round it up. Because, again, you made it 82. You're trying to do better. So I'll reward you for that. I will never round down on bonus points. Even if you're 81, I'll give you 9 points. So the tests are you have 10%. On the final exam, you have 20% bonus points on the practice final. Again, those are practice finals. Those are just free points. Try to do the best you can. Again, the reason I'm doing this, I don't want you to cheat. Especially at this level math. It's not going to be easy. It's now we're now going to go to a 3-dimensional world, and that's the reason I'm giving you all the tries I can. I don't want you to cheat because then you'll have trouble when you get to calculus 3. And if you squeeze through that, you'll have differential equations, linear algebra, all these other courses that you'll need that you have trouble with. So you have to learn how to do this yourself. Another thing to help you, if that's not enough, remember, I will send you lecture videos and the notes as PDFs. I'll do the same thing with the solutions of the homework. I will video myself working out the homework solutions step by step. They'll always be in a step by step. They'll actually be their own little micro lectures. Because as I'm working through it, I'll refer to, remember, okay, this says we have to use this because it says this. We have to look at this rule. I'll always refer back to where the rules come from to show you how I'm getting all these steps. So you'll have a video and those notes that I wrote down. You'll have access to all of those. That way you can watch it. If you get stuck, you can watch it and then try it again on yours. You won't have the same numbers. It's the concept. It's the procedures I'm interested in. All right. So that's grading. So again, don't worry much about the grading, the homework stuff. If that doesn't work, if you still get stuck, our primary purpose or our form of communication in this class, we will be using the Remind app. How many of you are not familiar with Remind? Okay. Remind is a fabulous app that we communicate over our cell phones. Because I know that you've probably had professors in the past that only communicated via emails. Think about it. How long do you spend on your system checking your emails? Not long at all. How much time do you spend carrying your phone? Is your phone ever more than 2 feet away from you? No. So that's why we use Remind. I'm available 24/7. Send me a message on Remind. If you have a problem with homework, take a picture of it, send it to me on an attachment onto Remind. And then I can look at it and we'll get back to with you and then we'll work it out. If we can't do it over texting, then we'll meet on Zoom. I'll show you how to get to there in a second as well. All right. So if you can't do it, because I've always thought, if you're doing your homework, it's on a Saturday morning, and I know a lot of professors don't check their emails over the weekend, which is very sad. If you're doing you get stuck on Saturday morning, if I don't get back to you till Monday, you just wasted your whole weekend. I will try to get back with you within the hour or 2 hours. If I'm doing something else like swimming or something, or in a moving, I will get with you as soon as I get out, as soon as I'm available. But I will try to check my Remind messages regularly every hour or 2 hours. All right. So again, you have an advantage of me. If you work or something happens and you have to get a hold of me and you say, I'm not free until like 2 o'clock in the morning, tell me, give me some warning, and then I can meet with you whatever time. If we can't do it by text, we'll meet on Zoom. I don't care what time, day or any day of the week. We'll coordinate a time, we'll meet. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the problem that you're having. I'll start the problem and I'll work it out. It'll be exactly like this. It's just that you won't see me. You'll hear me. You'll see what I'm writing. Because during lecture, you're going to be looking up there anyway. Very rarely will you really look at me, because looking at me really doesn't do anything other than give you nightmares. So we'll look at what I'm writing and listen to me. That's the whole purpose of it. What else? What else? What else? Attendance. Again, you can show up to class if you want to, but you don't have to, because there is no absence here. You could stay here in face to face and watch what I'm doing. You can stay at home in your living room, in your bed, in your kitchen table, and watch what I'm doing during class live, symmetrically, synchronously, or you do it asynchronously. When I send you the videos, you can watch it then and follow the PDF notes. So there is no such thing of an absence in my class. There's no reason you should ever fall behind in my class, even if you're sick. Even if you're sick, you'll be able to either watch, listen, or watch it later on. Even if you go on vacation, I'm not stopping you from doing that anymore. If you're on vacation, just make sure you either watch the videos later and during your free time, or 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock in the morning, whatever time it is, you could participate in class. So I'm going to do everything I can to help you pass this course. More so, I don't care about passing. I'm going to do everything I can to make sure you understand this material. That's the most important part, is, do you understand what we cover? I mean, what I'm pretty much saying to you is, do not worry about your grade. If you do everything, participate, listen to lectures, do the homework until you get your best score possible, do the test until the best you can. If you do that, there's no way you can fail the course. I even go one further for this class, since you guys are Calculus 2 students and you're serious about school. I can see exactly how much time you spend, how many times you tried a test or stuff. If I see that you're really trying, doing everything you can to get the best score, and you still came up with an 84, 85, I will give you those next 5 points. I'll give you that A, because you did everything you could to earn that. But even if you have an 87 and you only took one chance at each test and one chance for all the homeworks, and you made an 87, guess what your final grade is going to be? 87. Of course, you didn't try to do anything to better yourself. I will only help those who are trying to help themselves. If you don't care about your grades, neither do I then. Okay, any questions so far about the course? Okay, let's look at all right. I apologize, but it's pretty small on my screen. As you know, we switched over to a new system. We're no longer in Blackboard. We're now in Brightspace. So when you first log on your Brightspace account, it's the same way as going in through Blackboard. You go through all that stuff. So when you get in here, all your courses will be listed here. So you look for the course that you're in. We're in the Calculus 2 course, 2014. Now, other professors in your other classes may put a lot of stuff there for you to read. Reading is boring. I don't like reading. So it's my job as your professor to take what's inside the textbook and put it into math, either in videos or examples and stuff like that. That's what my job is. So what you'll see here, in essence, in this whole thing, let me give it to watch it as a student. This is what you will see as students. You are only really interested. Here's a textbook. If you want to follow, look at the textbook, more power to you. You can do that. But again, I'm going to be taking all the examples and everything during our lectures and going in straight from the textbook, and then maybe do some extra ones from the end of the chapter. But these two are the most important ones. The syllabus and calendar, you'll only use that once. So we go inside here. Now, to go into the remind, if you're on your syllabus, you click on this, it'll take you and show you how to give you the link for the remind. But we're gonna do that in a second ourselves. For the online meetings, for the Zoom meetings, come over here, click on this link right here, and it'll take you straight to the Zoom meeting. You don't have to do anything. Just click that, and it'll take you straight to it. We have to certify you guys here by the 2nd. All that means is that you're serious, you're in the course, you signed up for it, and you're supposed to be here. What I'm gonna do before you leave today, I'm gonna pass around a roll sheet so we can take a roll call. And then ideally you're supposed to do is do something online, which is what I usually do is when you get the Remind app, just send me a message, or actually when you register for it, the program will send me a message, and that's all it'll take. So you don't have to do anything. You're lucky because normally I have a syllabus test and a Remind test, but because it's a new system, it didn't transfer it over, so I have to recreate those. So that's why you just sign up for a Remind. It'll send me a message, and you'll get hundreds for both of those. And it's also in here, it says working ahead is strongly encouraged. So don't wait for me. Try the next section or try next section. Try the next section again. See how far you can get it until you get stuck. Okay, learning objectives, all sorts of blah blah blah. Here's our textbook, same as Calculus 1. No, nothing new, nothing new. Here's our grade. Again, I'll give you 300s for the Remind and the syllabus test once you sign up for Remind for this course. Your homework, the average of all your homeworks will be 100 points. The chapter tests, we're going to have 5 of them. I'm going to count all of them. And the most you can get each one of those is 100 points. So at maximum, you get 500 points for those. The final exam is cumulative, and it's worth 200 points. Again, all this stuff, everything you see is online. So what this thing says, it's all in my lab math. Good morning. The certification policy is that you're supposed to do the syllabus and a Remind test and something online to show me that you're serious. But again, you're Calculus 2 students. I know you're serious. Oh, if you're going to drop this course, you have until November 2nd, or no, you have until September 2nd to drop without a grade. Anything after September 2nd to November 9th, you'll have a grade on there, whatever your grade is in the class at that point. So again, now, if you're going to drop off out of the course because of you don't like the way I teach or you don't like me, not a problem. Drop the course and we'll never see each other again. But if you're dropping this course because of something extenuating, something at work or a family emergency or medical emergency, or if you're going to go on a trip with the family for some reason, or if a funeral with family and you have to be gone for 2 weeks, don't drop because of that. I will work around yours ability to finish. If you need more time at the end of the semester, I'll give you that. But at least come talk to me first before you consider dropping, because you paid for the course, you've done as far as you've gotten, no need to do it again. And not only that, but dropping courses, the Department of Education and the Higher Education Coordinating Board they're going to start keeping track of how many times you sign up for a course and drop. I think they limit it to 6 drops now for your entire college career. So be careful about which classes you drop. The reason they do that is because people sign up for the classes, get the financial aid, and drop, and just keep the money. So and then never go to school again, never pay them back. So, but again, I don't want you to see you just drop the course because you think you can't finish it or whatever. That I will work with you around that. Here are all the chapters we're going to do: 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, some parts of each. These due dates are as solid as air. I only have one due date in my class. 11:59 p.m., the last day of the class. The last day of the semester. All my courses. Because again, life happens. Let's say something happens, you're at work or something happened and you can't finish this homework assignment on chapter 5 by the 2nd. Why should I penalize you for that? As long as you do it, I'm happy. Whether it's not the same as when we do it or somebody else, but do it. This is just a guide to keep you on the same path as we are, as the rest of the class. In other words, if we're talking about chapter 7 and you haven't even started chapter 5 homework, guess what? You're falling behind. The further you fall behind, the less chance it is you'll finish at the end of the semester. And I'm telling you this now, and it's recorded. Do not contact me on the last week of school telling me that you can't finish the homework or the test or the class or anything because of whatever reason. I don't care what reason. If you can make it to the last week of school, you should have at least finished up to chapter 9 and began chapter 10. That gave you enough grades not to fail the course. And if something serious happens in the last week and you can bring a doctor's note or something like that, then we can give you extension of time. But again, I have the ability to look at how many hours, how many minutes you spent on any of or all of your work. How many tries did you do? How many times did you attempt to do it? And when the students give me a sob story about they can't finish the course for whatever reason, I look at how much work they've done this semester, and that determines whether they're honest or not. Again, 3 things I cannot stand in this world: liars, cheats, and thieves. So I'm giving you this warning heads up right now. Stay up to date. Because if you come to me last week of school with any sob story, unless it's a doctor's note that says you're critically ill or that you've died and you're about to be buried, don't come to me with any of those excuses. You get what you get. In the final exam, you get your bonus points, 20% on the practice final, and you get the final exam. Fortunately for us, this course is not chosen for the core assignment, so we won't have to do that. So don't worry about that. Here is our course calendar. This is everything we're going to cover. Week 1, we're going to cover the syllabus. Check. Discuss derivatives and integral, the review of those. Check. We're also going to do the trigonometric reviews and derivatives and integrals. Then we'll start, if we can, by the end of next class. Yes. Come on. Yes, please. Yes. And then if we have time on Thursday, after we finish the reviews and things, then we'll start the chapter 5, section 5. We'll finish up chapter 5. And as you see here, we only have 2 sections in chapter 5. Then I'll give you a chapter 5 test. It's going to be a short test over 2 sections. Hopefully, we'll be good enough to make a real good grade on that first one, to give us a good buffer for the rest of the course. And then this next week, we'll start chapter 6 and move on from there. I'm going to try to finish by the 14th week. So I'll give us a week to catch up everything and review for the final exam. And then the week of the final exams, you take it. Remember, everything's online. You could come in here and take it, or you could take it at home, wherever you're comfortable. My philosophy is this: the entire semester, where do you do your homework? At home, in an environment you're comfortable with. And then all of a sudden, on a test, you're supposed to take an important one. In Germany, they call tests in-class homework because that's all it is. It's the same questions as your homework. It's just now you're in class. You're in a different environment. So that changes your mindset already. So I'm saying take and do all your work where you're comfortable. If it's in the park, go to the park. If it's in your bedroom, do it your bedroom. If it's in the kitchen, wherever you feel comfortable with, wherever you do your homework, do your tests the same place. You won't get distracted, or find a place you can't get distracted that you feel comfortable with and take it there. And then that'll be the end of the semester. Any questions? No questions? I couldn't have been that thorough. Okay. And so also be patient with me because this is the first time I'm teaching calculus 2 here in this campus. So in this new book, so I'll be doing everything in arrears. In other words, the video, the lectures after class, I'll upload those and send them to you. What I usually do is I put them on a piece of paper and send it to you as a PDF. So you can just click it and you can watch the videos. Or but through Remind, you could also send it to yourself. You could print it out if you want the notes that way. All right. So then if you want me to, I could also post it on Brightspace if you want me to as well. I'll let you all choose. I'll do both ways. So you'll have both on your computer and on your phone. So you'll have access to it both ways. The homework assignments, you have to bear with me there. Again, you see, I'm teaching 10 classes this semester. So I have over 300 students. And that's going to take me a lot of time to get to the homeworks because I'll be answering their questions first. But yeah, I will have the homework assignments done step by step, and the solution videos created for you. But give me time. Questions? All right, so let me just go ahead and send around a piece of paper so you can just sign your name, and then I could do the what do you call that? The certification. Let me go ahead and stop this.